Welcome to Extra Butter! Fresh off its Academy Award nomination, the movie 1917, produced by Steven Spielberg, one of the most immersive war movies ever. You gotta see it on a big screen, we'll tell you why. Also, Tyler Perry's back at it. His new movie, is it a comedy?
No.
Is it a thriller?
No.
Is it a courtroom drama?
No.
You won't believe what it is. Tyler Perry will tell you the surprise, or not. And also, Bad Boys, Bad Boys. What you gonna do? And it again, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Bad Boys 3, dropping by to talk about that and more on this edition of Extra Butter. Hey, welcome to the show. It's a show where we sit down around the table and talk about movies pretty much the way you talk about movies, joined always by my awesome friends. Over here, you know him, you love him, Steph Sanders.
I am Steph Sanders everywhere. Roman head, 12-year-old body. You know me, you love me.
Speaking of none of that, but celebrating.
Wait,
Can't go anywhere with that. Celebrating her like 200th appearance at this table, it's Kelly Savannah Deaton.
Kelly Savannah Deaton.
All right, questions, comments, concerns at TV Marcus Allen. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Let's jump right into it. I have been foaming at the mouth about this movie since the first time I've seen it. I've seen it 4 times in theaters, more than any movie I've seen in the last 2 years.
Don't lie, Star Wars.
That includes Star Wars.
Oh, I believe it though. This movie is insane.
Yeah.
You always laugh because I say it's like a video game.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what being in war is actually like. But you are in the trenches with the soldiers. It is so anxiety-ridden. Just go see it on the big screen. You have to.
I have to tell you, speaking of veterans, I am a U.S. Army veteran.
Thank you for your service.
Good, thank you. You're welcome. We usually don't like a lot of war movies because they get too like gory. They glorify that sensation. This movie is freaking excellent. And great balance between the story and what happens in war. So it's just freaking excellent. I love it. My pops loved it. My uncle loved it. All them veterans.
I can't wait for you to see it. You were one of the first people to tip me off on it, and I want to ask you about the actors. You talked to them about what?
I talked to them about how much pressure it is because this film is shot in a seemingly one continuous shot the entire time. So can you imagine a 10-minute take and you have to go through it exactly by step with the dialogue? Can you imagine if you mess up, if you're that guy who messes up?
Right, because they've got everything.
Pressure.
When you see, you'll know how many things have to fire at the same time. Now, I think sequentially, they truly only got about 18 minutes at a time, and they had to fake and edit, but you will not see.
No.
It will be seamless to you. Take a look at her chat with these guys.
Were there any times that you got it on the first take?
Well, we never stopped after one take. I can't tell you which scene, but there is one scene that was the very first take.
Can you tell me if it's in the beginning of the movie?
I can tell you it's in the movie.
You're good, you're good. You should be a politician, that's pretty good.
Oh God,
So
no.
what is each of your favorite scenes to shoot?
Favourite scenes to shoot? Well, I've just got a soft spot for our audition scene, you know, which comes pretty early on in the film. And we've just been through one of the first obstacles, I guess, that the characters go through. And it's a conversation it's a bit of an argument, if anything.
Yeah.
It's a kind of going away and coming back together. And it's so beautifully written, and it's always got a place in my heart because it's the audition scene.
And you can't tell me what that scene is because it'll plot spoil,
We
huh?
can't give anything away.
Much, you guys.
No, we're just going to tempt people. We can't say
that's
nothing.
good, that's good.
Yeah, like a politician.
For more on it, let's break off yet one more expert on it. You know her, you love her from Fandango.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Nikki Novak.
Yeah.
Do you like my selfie stand / arm in the shot?
You look fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, let's talk about award season. No one is more equipped for award season than you. How many dresses for carpets do you have in that closet of yours?
27. There's a movie reference for you.
I get the reference too. Fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, so we were just on the Critics' Choice Awards not long after that. The Oscar nominations, 1917, heavily favored. How do you feel about the film?
Well, I'm super excited. And you know what? I think what I like about this movie is that it did really well at the box office opening weekend. A lot of it is word of mouth. I think it kind of has that American Sniper vibe, which is great for the Oscars because then more people want to tune in to cheer for it.
And so, Nikki, I was standing a few feet away from you. They were kind enough to invite me to a Producers Guild screening, I believe, and steps away from me was Steven Spielberg. And closer to Steven Spielberg was you. What did you guys talk about?
He actually asked asked me, so Star Wars was opening that weekend, and he actually asked me, because I work at Fandango, if we had any sort of inside scoop about how it was going to do at the box office. So the fact that Steven Spielberg was asking me my expertise is like a life moment. And then we just talked a little bit about the film, and he was just, you know, here's the thing about him and about certain people, like Steven Spielberg, like I said, Will Smith, there's certain people, when they've been in the business that long and they're legends, they're usually the nicest ones because they get it. They've had the ups and downs. They don't need to prove anything. He was lovely, and I know you talked to him. You were saying you took a back seat. You were front and center, and you talked to him too. I'm sure you agree. He was the greatest. He's the best guy.
Yeah, I went up to him, and unlike you, who had demeanor, I said, I really like, you know, E.T. is one of my favorites. Jaws was really good, sir. And he was very comforting and said he liked my scarf, and I said, I like your scarf, and then it was over. I ran away.
I heard security, security, security.
You traded scarf stories. I love that.
So I have one quick question. For those persons that do not necessarily like war movies, why should they go see 1917?
Well, I don't like war movies. Honestly, I don't. I'm not that person. Although I like gritty films and I like dramas, I don't gravitate to war movies. I think the reason why they should see this one is because, like I said, the way it is shot, I've never seen a war movie where I felt like I was so immersed, where I felt like I was there and I know what it's like and felt like what it was like. And I think of any film I saw all year, that was the one that I sat in my chair after and didn't move and was just like taking it all in. Everything else you could have jumped out. Like, that's the one. Last year, it was a different movie that sort of had that effect on me for totally different reasons. It was A Star is Born for completely different reasons than a 1917. But that's the one that I just sat there after and was like, wow. And I think people, from what I'm hearing, like the general public, not people in our business, they all feel the same way about that movie.
All right, Nikki, we know you got to go. You're on a podcast. We're holding you. You're very busy. Got to do a lot of things. So throw out your social handles. Where can we see those fabulous dresses?
Well, you can see me at Fandango and at Nikki Novak, or maybe trading scarf stories with Steven Spielberg in the future.
I like your scarf, Novak. You got a really nice scarf. Nikki Novak, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you very much, Nikki.
You have 30 dresses?
What, to match her 27? Did anybody get the reference?
Yes,
That's a movie.
Catherine
27
Heigl, yes.
27 ties.
And yeah, she always, like, anytime I see her on a red carpet, I'm like, why do I even bother not wearing jeans on the red carpet? No one's looking. Last time I saw her on the Critics' Choice carpet, I saw that guy from 1917.
Dean-Charles Chapman?
Dean-Charles Chapman, and you can tell he's still very new to the experience.
What
Take a look.
Well, what's the whole experience like? From the moment you found out you were going to be in this epic movie to now, what's the ride been like?
It's actually been, I mean, I'm still so new to all of this. Like, I'm just used to being on set. And as an actor, once the filming process stops, everything else is out of your control. So it's actually amazing to be in the same room as people I look up to, admire.
All right, moving along. Something that won't be winning Academy Awards. It's just too soon. Too soon. How are we feeling about Dolittle?
You know what? Dr. Dolittle, he actually made this relevant for me. I wasn't into Dr. Dolittle.
You didn't like the Eddie Murphy Dr. Dolittle?
No,
you didn't like
not
that?
at all. Not at all.
You didn't like
Sorry,
that?
Eddie, no.
You know, this one's distinctly different. One,
Yes.
doesn't have Eddie Murphy, and they dropped the doctor.
Yeah, just Dolittle.
Yeah.
I like it. I think Robert Downey Jr. did a great job, and he has so many animals at home. It's like an easy transition.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, and he got to work with his wife.
Yeah.
And he plays a perfect Welsh actor the whole time in front of Michael Sheen.
But
Quite
to your
fun.
point, though, I'm very surprised that he actually did this after
Are you?
coming from Iron Man to Dolittle.
I feel like he's gone full circle because during that minute when he was barely insurable, he was taking whatever he could get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's true.
remembers Shaggy Dog?
That's true.
I do. I talked to him about it.
If you were a dog, what kind of dog do you think you'd be?
I would like to say a Great Pyrenees.
Really?
Yeah.
What characteristics of the Pyrenees do you think
Well,
are?
I had one who was a Pyrenees and Commodore mix called a Comanese, and he was a blast. He was big and lumbering. He was a hybrid. He didn't really know what happened.
Sure.
Yeah. Could you imagine if he was like part guy and part, well, they're still dogs. Forget that last statement.
Shut up. He did a movie like that.
I told you. That was back when he wasn't getting a lot of work and took whatever he could.
I haven't even heard of that movie. And why are you trying to copy my hairstyle, Mark? What is going on there?
You know,
I'm
had
glad you left that behind.
I was going for
Jeez.
Owen Wilson. It looked a little bit like Kelly.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson has cooler hair than me.
Rebel
but-
Wilson looks like.
There are reasons that he took this job. One, he wanted to do something for the kids.
Yeah.
Take a look.
And, you know, I got kids now. I got a 26-year-old, so he's been able to come see most of the movies I've been making for, I don't know, 13 years. And then, but the young ones, they're always home at premiere night. So I thought that would be fun. And honestly, there was something about just the gentle, sweet adventure and the idea of communication and empathy and all that stuff that wasn't, I hadn't really been out of the mire of, you know, intergalactic threats for a while. So I like the idea of a return to the kind of movie that I grew up watching when I was a kid.
You know, there's another good reason he did this movie.
Yep, happy wife, happy life.
Exactly. His wife's a producer on just about everything he does.
That makes sense.
And he attributes her as to rescuing him and keeping him, you know,
On the straight and narrow. Yeah.
Always
Right?
a good woman that does it for you.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's so cute to watch them work together, isn't it? She keeps him in line for sure.
Exactly. You need something to go see because how long do we have till Scooby comes out over there?
Nice.
Yeah.
You
so-
guys, but the voice cast of this movie, Selena Gomez, Rami Malek, John
yes.
Cena. I mean, if you have kids,
Octavia
take
Spencer.
them. Octavia Spencer,
Yes.
the list
There you
goes
go.
on and on and on.
Let's end
It's
it on a
cute
high
movie.
note. Go
Yeah.
see this movie. You got kids,
Yeah.
you pretty much have to go see this movie.
It's a given.
All right. Also, if you are a fan of Tyler Perry movies, there's another one. This one's slightly different in that, is it a comedy?
No.
Is it a thriller?
No.
Is it a courtroom drama?
No.
Maybe.
All right. Wait till you find out what it is. A Fall from Grace, his first product for Netflix. Next. Hey, welcome back. It is Extra Butter. Thanks for hanging out with us. Still early in the year 2020. Some good movies starting to come out. And not just in theaters, my friends. Netflix has their very first Tyler Perry original.
Netflix
Yeah.
is killing it. I knew Tyler Perry would be there sooner or later, though. Tyler
I
Perry is
know.
everywhere. We, Lifetime, OWN, he's everywhere.
everywhere.
A Fall from Grace, a movie Netflix commissioned him to make. It's
Yeah.
very first Tyler Perry Netflix original. When you see it, what do you think?
I think applause to Tyler Perry because you know why? Early in Tyler Perry's career, he had some movies that were just straight to the point, kind of not complex at all, retribution stories. Started with Acrimony, and this one, complex, great stories, great, and just some complexity to it that makes you be like, man, I want to see this again. Or, you know, the actors have gotten better. Everything has just gotten better in Tyler Perry's career and his movies, so I love it.
I got up with my friend Tyler Perry and the legendary Crystal Fox to talk about The Compound and to talk about the sex scene in the movie.
The what?
The sex scene with
I'm
the
sorry,
For you, what was the most difficult scene?
The sex scene. All of that drama, right?
I think that's in
All
the
of that
trailer. We can give that away.
All of that drama. Well, I just say love this love scene.
She can't even look at it.
I
She
can't.
When the screen is
I was down like this.
Yeah.
And I just wanted it to be over. Oh my God, especially when you realize your family and friends are going to see
Right.
it too. I can't take it.
Isn't it funny how probably the least sexual days on any movie set are the days where they're shooting the scene?
Yes.
Right.
The most awkward, the most
Yeah,
different.
It's like, hi,
she
how are
ain't
you
shooting
doing?
porn.
Right.
She's covered in the sheet and she's there for 30 seconds. What are you talking about? Relax.
Right, there is
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, who are you most nervous? Who would you least want to sit next to watching that scene?
I'm sitting there. This is my boss. This is my friend. But it's kind of like, ooh. I was like, I didn't want to have any kind of sounds or any kind of anything. And
Right.
it was so funny as we did it. Finally, I was so, I know, but I was so nervous. And then it was overtime. I was like, okay, cut. And I was just like, thank God.
You've never seen Crystal Fox in that way, have you?
No, not at all. Never. Wow.
All right.
Okay.
And believe it or not, that part's before the movie even starts getting interesting. The third act of this movie, it goes to crazy town. I don't want to blow it.
Huge twist.
Right.
Huge twist.
We can't even tell you where it's going, but just
Yeah.
everybody does a great job. How great is it to see Felicia Rashad working?
She's great in everything.
No
I'm so
kidding.
glad to see her again. My favorite mom. So
Yep.
I'm just glad to see her back in
She's
everything.
amazing in this,
She's
for
amazing.
sure.
And look, I mean no disrespect because she's legendary, but Cicely Tyson's scene in this, a little creepy.
I
Yeah.
gotta admit, I was like,
You
wow.
kind of don't look at her the same way after you see this.
Well, you know
No.
things are going haywire about the time all that goes down, and you're probably going, "What are they talking about?"
Yeah, they have
All
no
right.
clue, but you will know.
Check it
Yeah.
out, A Fall from Grace, now
Netflix.
streaming. All right, coming up in a minute, Bad Boys, Bad Boys.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you? It's moving up 5 notches this week to number 7, Erica. No, Bad Boys. Had a chance to hang out with these guys for 25 years talking about this movie. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith join us in 2 minutes right here on Extra Butter.
All right.
Hey, welcome back. It is Extra Butter. Hold on, don't go away. We're just talking to some friends. How are you?
Wow, that's awesome.
What's your name?
Tammy Jefferson.
What are you going to see, Tammy Jefferson?
Just Mercy.
Oh, good
So
movie.
Love it.
Take
I
tissues.
know.
Take tissues.
I know. We got a lot of them.
Who do you like better, Michael or
You can't choose.
Jamie Foxx?
Jamie Foxx, but my granddaughter says she's married to Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, okay.
She
All right.
can't,
I
she
can't
can't
cheat
be
on her.
married to him because I'm married to him. What do you mean? What do you mean?
So he has lots of wives.
All right, who do you like better, Martin Lawrence or Will Smith?
Will Smith.
All right, thank you very much.
Martin Lawrence.
I like it. Enjoy the movie,
Thank you, ladies. I bring that up because Martin Lawrence and Will Smith back on the big screen in Bad Boys Forever. Bad Boys 3,
Bad Boys
technically,
3,
we're talking
yes.
about. Did you in your wildest dreams, because you guys were children when
Yes.
Bad Boys came out.
Yeah.
Did you ever dream that it was going to be going on this long?
I hoped so, but I didn't dream. I didn't dream that it would. I was hoping, and I never thought Bad Boys 3 would happen. I'm so glad it's happening.
You
I'm so
always
excited.
hear it. You always hear
it.
like, oh, it's in
Yeah.
the works. It's in the works. You've been hearing that for like a decade
But
now.
it was almost like
Yeah.
the Black Myth. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Look,
like,
look, one of my-
Jimmy Hoffa finding. Yeah,
As you know, my one of my best friends in the world who has sat at this very table, Joe Carnahan, was originally attached to direct it. He still is one of the writers of this movie. Take a look
Awesome.
at it. You might be asking yourself, does this movie work? It absolutely
Yes.
works, because everything that these guys do organically at this stage in their life and their age, they would be doing.
It's so perfect.
It's like when Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson do Jumanji 30,
Yeah.
the kind of history that they'll have in 25
Yeah.
years.
So good.
That's going on. Hey, speaking of history, did you know I had history with Martin?
No.
So I was on an episode, Martin, a very big part, where at the end of it, Martin, dressed as Otis, actually kicks me in the butt out of a doorway.
And you had bright blonde hair, didn't you?
I had some Vanilla Ice wannabe stuff on. I wanted to be Vanilla Ice. I looked a little bit more like Lance Bass, or some sort of hybrid between the two. It wasn't
kicked
going.
by Otis.
I got kicked by Otis, and when I caught up with Martin back in the day on the set of Bad Boys 2 to talk about it,
Wow.
it came up.
Oh, well,
So,
hey,
it's a
man.
pleasure to reunite.
Yeah, you gotta reunite. You know, we've all that's meant. That was Otis. He was fucking with Otis. Otis kicked him in the but he's cool now.
And I had it coming. Any which way, getting kicked in the by you, a pleasure.
Oh,
A
it's
treat.
all good, man.
So you should have also made the rounds to Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
They saw my work on Martin.
They
I
said,
wasn't invited.
Living single.
Didn't
you
work
got to
out.
do anything.
Speaking of Will Smith, though, I did catch up with him back in the day.
What about these action sequences? Michael Bay's got to have it kind of pushing everything to the next level,
yeah.
even where his actors are concerned. Does he take out like the most awesome insurance policy just in case?
Oh, no, you know, Michael. Yeah, you have to. You got to learn how to say, Michael. Listen, I'm not doing that. So you can put somebody else in there and have them drive that car off of that hill, but I'm not doing that.
He's like,
Come on, man. Come on, dude. Just go get it. Come on. You're an action hero, dude.
I'm like, okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna be in my trailer.
Mark, these archive videos are amazing. I love the throwback videos, but what's with your hair? Every single interview, it's so distracting. All I see is your hair. Your hair should have a mouthpiece. It's just talking the
You
whole
should
time.
stick with one. I think you're in witness protection or something. You're like going through so many styles. I'm a 70s pimp.
As I walked out of the room, Will
The
said,
Mac.
is he for real with that haircut? Anyway,
Oh,
moving on to Bad
no.
Boys 3, still at it. Take a look at why he did it.
It's rare, but it's beautiful to be able to come back together and maintain this much of a same cast after this amount of time.
Exactly, I agree.
And everybody's still handsome. Sometimes you try to do a movie after 23 years.
Say
you
23
like,
gonna
ooh,
hit you.
Ooh. Like, let's shoot some wide shots.
The chemistry between the two of them is still there. I say go see it, and probably go see it on a very loud, big screen.
You have to. You
Surround
have to
sound.
go see it. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Easy
You
enough.
stay at home and see stuff like, oh, I don't know, Maleficent 2. Coming
Yeah.
up next, that's what we're talking about. All three ladies join us to talk about why you should see this. Welcome back to Extra Butter TV, and though we're in a cozy studio, now's the time we talk about what's on home video streaming, video on demand.
Does this look like Maleficent?
Yeah.
Not quite. No one can do it like Angelina Jolie. Nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody.
Destined to play this part. The thing about it, there are times you look at it, and like I see her now, and I see her as Maleficent. Like she doesn't even need prosthetics in my mind's eye when I see her on red carpets and stuff.
Yeah, it's surprising. You forget how good she can be as an evil character. She's the perfect choice for this, and I love the relationship with Elle and her. That's my favorite thing about the movie.
I never rooted for an evil character until I
Right?
root for her. Like I love this movie, and I love her in it. I love her. Just
I think
playing
you
the
should
character.
buy this movie.
She's a cool person
You
to
should buy this movie,
It's a
not
buy.
just rent it, buy it.
She was adopting like half of the free world. I wanted her to adopt me. It never happened, but I did talk to her about kids. Take a look. Have you ever embarrassed your kids, or have your parents ever embarrassed you? Anything like that?
Oh, I live to embarrass
Yeah,
them.
yeah, all the time.
All the time. I think they have to get used to it. You have to keep that openness, because in a way, you're saying to the kids, when you grow up, be free, be silly.
Yeah.
You know, make mistakes in whatever way, but there's no kind of, you know, if we try to be perfect, all we're saying to them is that, you know, grow up to try to be just right. You know, instead, go crazy, wear horns, have fun.
You need to see this movie. You love
You
the
have to.
original. See the new one too.
Right?
Where do we find you gigging? Where can we find you?
I am Steph Sanders. Every single place. Please find me everywhere. I'm going to Reno next week. I'm ramping up now. Taping a Netflix special, and Hulu special, and Amazon Prime special in March. So we're getting it together for March.
This is how I have to find out.
Yes.
Why
yes.
didn't you tell us this? Why didn't you tell us this?
I'm still not telling you. I just told them.
Screw movies. We should talk about your Amazon special.
I thought we were cooler.
We are. You know, we like Will and Martin.
Right.
Bad boys.
Now that he's
bad
dropped that,
boys.
what are you up
What you
to?
gonna do?
When's your Amazon special?
2 years.
Okay. At TV Market Sound, find me.
Oh, Kelly
Savannah Deaton.
I am Steph Sanders.
Like and subscribe on YouTube. It's Extra Butter TV. Thanks for hanging out with us.